All right, our next presenter is Dr. Garrett Lowder. He is the Assistant Superintendent for Academic Services at Marshfield, and today he has with him Nicki, which is his Coordinator of Virtual Learning, and their topic is utilizing launch content with your district's teachers. All right, take it away.
Hey all. So hopefully we're going to share a little different perspective as we've been listening through this morning. Here in Marshfield, we've been working with Launch for a few years now and had a pretty strong program at the high school with that partnership and collaboration. I think somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 400 courses being taken before COVID-19 ever happened, and it was a great thing for us. Because of that, we had already started to see the value of having some of our own teachers have exposure to teaching online and being able to have some capacity within our own system and working with Launch to purchase content with the mindset of being able to allow our teachers to teach online and not only grow our own capacity, but expand opportunities for our students. So thinking about that, COVID happened and here we were. We'd already started that ball rolling and we were fortunate to be able to, in a fairly large capacity, purchase content. So when we're talking about that, we've got the Launch platform, just like you guys are using in your districts, but we've got our own teachers that are teaching it. We're specifically talking 6-12 in Marshfield. And so our key takeaways can be phrased with the words start strong, stay strong. As we did that last summer, and we worked so closely with Jana and Nicole and the whole team, you guys know, with COVID, had a start there that wasn't maybe as smooth as we had hoped because we were all trying to do more than was humanly possible. But we learned some good things through that experience. And so 3 things I think would sum that up for us. Communication, communication, communication. So with your teacher teams and doing the content side of things, we learned that spending time together and talking through things was critical. We had weekly meetings scheduled during that summertime to talk about what this was going to look like. And as school got started and things got a little busier, there was a time there where we did not have as many of those meetings. Hindsight 2020, we'd say, doing this again, just regular time together so you can problem solve through. You're looking at somebody else's content. The teachers had not developed it themselves. So that intimate awareness of what you're teaching, not being present, requires more time together. That would be one of the pieces. Expectations. So we probably took for granted how much there is on the expectation side. So we get in our seated classroom experiences and we know general expectations for grading, communication, talking with families. It's pretty clear because we've been doing it for a while, but in the online world, we probably made some assumptions where teacher expectations of how to facilitate online instruction, communicate with families and students were varied widely. Not a negative thing, but it was something that we recognized pretty quickly. Having clarity, hey, here's how we're going to do this. Gathering feedback to do that, obviously, was an important factor for us. As we look at that, basically orienting our teachers and our students becomes something as we look to the future as we do this will be a significant part of what we do. So taking time to sit down with our teachers and orient to the expectations and our practices as we purchase content and use it with Launch will be something that makes us stronger in the future. I'm going to let Ms. Roy talk directly to the student side because she had a large hand in the development of many of those things. So Ms. Roy.
So we learned a lot last semester. Of course, it was not a perfect process. It was very reactive, as I know many of you can relate to. But with students, one piece that we added in this semester that we didn't do last semester that we probably paid for in many ways was we added an orientation at the beginning of this semester. We brought in all of our virtual students and their families, and we went through navigation, login, got them all logged in there, made it very workshop style. That's already put us in a better place this semester than last semester. But basically, as you take on this journey, making sure that students and families are aware of what the Canvas platform is. Our students had no background with Canvas prior to August. So that was a big learning curve, helping them to navigate both our Marshfield Canvas site and the Launch Canvas site and know that they had those 2 different logins and how that navigation looked, that they should be looking in modules, announcements, all of that. So we really focused on a lot of communication there, making sure everyone was on the same page. Additionally, we added in several tiers of support. Several have already mentioned the importance of progress checking. We did that extensively weekly and implemented a probationary period for students every 3 weeks. If they were making D's or F's in courses, we brought them in for required student supports on campus 4 hours a week. We really saw an increase in student engagement and improvement in grades with that process. We're continuing that this semester, just making sure that we have clear communication, expectations, and that regular sort of outreach to our families and to students.
So, our key takeaway is basically the power of the partnership coupled with, and I know I skipped ahead on that, but our power of our partnership goes with our key takeaway. We realized that planning well and keeping tight communication with launch was where it all came together. So while it was bumpy, working with Jana, working with Nicole, working with the team at launch was the reason we were able to get to a place where it was successful. As we look out to the future, our takeaway is phrased as proper planning prevents poor performance. We realize now that the more time we can spend together thinking through our expectations and how we're going to support students, those would be the two bigger ideas there. And that plan is well communicated and well known in the front end. You're going to be in a better spot. The content purchasing side has quite a bit of value. Our teachers in our district have capacity that we did not have 12 months ago. Thanks to that, we've learned a tremendous amount, and we're thankful for that and look forward to how that serves us well in the future. But those would be our takeaways, and we're grateful for the experience this year.